We will have 3 consecutive basketball-type segments, including Galen Robinson Jr., former Houston guard, who was so much fun to have on last week, joining us. Galen, Houston, your alma mater, playing tonight against Florida. Have you come down yet from the high of Saturday night?
I can't lie. I'm still in disbelief that we're in this position, honestly, especially how it all happened and what transpired for us to get here. But like I've been saying, there's no other group of guys that are more deserving than our guys and our coaching staff to be in this position.
Galen, they never panicked, and they were kind of getting it handed to them by their standard for a little while, but the lead never got so much that they couldn't will it down. Is that where when you're so calm late in games, is that because of Coach Sampson?
It's more so that whenever it kicks in that we have to play with a sense of desperation, I think that's a level of intensity that many teams haven't experienced. And so I think that's what occurred whenever we started to play with that desperation and the game was close. I always thought that if the game was close when it came to crunch time against Duke, I thought we would have the edge because we've been in that situation so many times. So I thought that if that was the case, then our experience would take over how talented their group was.
Well, no doubt that's exactly what happened. And Kelvin Sampson mentioned that if we could just make them realize we were here, not they knew that, but you know what I mean? Like get inside their bubble and make them realize that this possession might mean you don't lead the game anymore or here they come. Do you feel like – I thought that Juwan Roberts, who of course was huge down the stretch, and a couple other guys were just a little bit on edge in a way, almost playing defensively, not defensively like a game, but almost on – just didn't seem like they were locked in early on.
Yeah, well, I asked Coach Kellen. I mean, I saw it from myself, but I asked Coach Kellen, what was it that you saw on film from Duke that when you seen it in person that you were kind of overwhelmed by it or it kind of caught you off guard? He was basically talking about their size. They had great positional size, so they were able to kind of push us out from certain areas that we like to operate in. And so I thought that Duke did a good job of that. But once when we were able to keep it close, I thought we'd be able to make enough plays in order to win the game.
What have you seen from Florida about how they're going to attack things tonight? And what do you think are the good matchups for Houston?
I think the world of Florida. I remember watching them whenever I was in Alabama. They played Alabama, and they went over there. They went to Bama and completely dominated that game. But I don't want to say too much about the matchups, but I think that I know they have a game plan, and I know they figured out where they think are areas that they can win. But I know defensively, guarding those guys, they're going to have their hands full. Walter Clayton, he's junior. He's probably the second best player in college basketball right now, and he's fearless. He's dynamic. He can score at all three levels, and if he gets going, it could be a long night for anybody.
As a former guard, when you saw Duke started to hyperventilate a little bit, when it getting the ball inbounds, full court pressure, whatever it was that was bothering them, what did you kind of crack a smile and go, we got him?
You spent hours selecting your patio sofa. Choosing that grill would have taken weeks. Probably your car needed way more time. For sure, you would have spent months mulling over that pool of yours. Protecting your prized possessions needs no time, though. Just visit coversandall.com, create a custom size per your requirements, pick a fabric, and personalize your cover. And leave the rest to us. Premium protection for all that you love.
Yeah, it's because when you have freshmen playing in close games at that stage, they've been in close games, but if they lost, there was always another one. It hasn't been a game that if they lost that was close, that there was no tomorrow. And I just thought that by their body language and by our guys' body language, that whenever they started to tense up and nobody wanted to be the guy that made a mistake, I just felt like it just gave me hope. And I know our guys seen it, so I know it gave them hope as well. But you never want to be the guy in that position when you've had a lead like that. You never want to be the guy that makes a mistake in that moment.
Galen, Jawan Roberts is a 60-something% free throw shooter. And usually those guys, when they get fouled late in games, that's why they get fouled. He nailed both those free throws, and he hadn't even had his best game. What were you thinking when he was up on the line?
It's funny because there were two guys behind me, and they looked at his percentage, and they were like, "Oh, he's about to miss. He's about to miss this." And I think I texted my mom. I was like, "Mama, watch, both of these are good," because he did that before when we had a similar type win at Kansas, and it's like something's wrong with Jawan. It's like the more pressure it is, the easier it is for him. But if it's a free throw that doesn't mean anything, he just can't make it. For whatever reason, it's like something's wrong with that kid. But he has the clutch gene, and I just thought that I knew that both of those were good. And then when he made both of them, I turned around and I just put my finger over my lips and made the shush notion to those guys behind me. It's like, man, y'all don't know us.
Man, there were so many plays that had to be made. Any of them that's not, or that were not, then we're not sitting here talking about Houston playing Florida. We have discussed that you are the godfather of the newest, era of Houston basketball, and others have said that about you. We saw Akeem. We've heard from Clyde. All these names. I think about Guy V. Lewis, who was the head coach of that '83 team, and a lot of that, and what all this means tonight. Can you try to explain what the explosion of emotions would be if, in fact, they get it done tonight?
I'd honestly be speechless. Honestly, I wouldn't know what to say. It's something that's never been done in our program, and we've had a lot of legendary Hall of Fame players. And I just think about Coach Sampson's career.
Mm-hmm.
As great as he is and as impactful of a program builder as he is, he's never played on a Monday night. And he's a Hall of Famer already, but for him to make it to this point finally, he's beyond deserving. And I really wish I could go out there and suit up for him, because I know I'll give him my all, but I know our guys will as well. But it's just special, man. It's special to even have an opportunity for little old Houston. Like, a few years ago, especially when I was there, nobody respected us. And it's just like now we're the measuring stick for other major universities in regards to toughness and being able to play hard. Like, we are the standard. So, like I said, man, it will mean so much to the city of Houston. It will mean so much to our program. It would be, you wouldn't be able to put a price on it, man. It'd be priceless, man. Like, honestly, I'd be lost for words. I was lost for words whenever we beat Duke to be in this position. But to actually win it all, like, it's going to be, I'm going to have some waterworks, that's for sure.
Speaking of some of those greats, did you see Hakeem get checked by security? They wouldn't let him go celebrate the other day. I imagine that's maybe the first time that's happened to him in his life.
Yeah. But, I mean, that things like that shouldn't happen to a guy like that. But, yeah, I saw a video of it. I didn't agree with it, but, I mean, I guess the guy might have been a Duke fan.
Or he actually was doing his job, he just didn't know. And, oh, my goodness, I love it.
I think, Galen, it would have been pretty – I mean, like, it's embarrassing. Like, hey, that guy you wouldn't let on is, like, one of the 50 greatest basketball players who's ever lived.
Yeah.
And is one of the kings of Houston, Texas. And he'd be like, oh, well, that's Hakeem Olajuwon? Oh, my God.
Yeah. You don't tell a guy like that with that type of prestige. You don't tell a guy like that, nah, you can't get on the court. Nah, he can get on whatever court he wants to.
That's right. Galen, we do appreciate your time. I can't even imagine. I felt watching the game late Saturday night, I kind of jumped. I really did. When Jawan hit the first free throw, Roberts, I kind of like, oh, my God. And then when he hit the second one, I didn't squeal, but there was kind of this sound of, my God, they have a chance here. They've come all the way back. Coach Sampson, after the game, made a reference and made sure he did make a reference to how they had to play and what conference they were in. Now, we know the SEC is fantastic, and they may walk away with it tonight. I don't know. Or other conferences are good. But how much do you think the grind of the Big 12 has helped Houston, even though they've dominated with the 19-1 overall record?
It's just there's no such thing as an off night. Like, you literally have to bring your best every single night. And personally, I think that their conference schedule that they played, they had a lot of Sunday, Monday games. So I felt like them having those games helped them with the structure of the tournament. Whereas, like, it's quick turnaround, you got to prepare, and there's a lot of information in a short window of time. So, but I definitely think, being in a lot of those close games on the road and hostile environments, like in Allen Fieldhouse, that's probably one of the hardest places to win in college basketball, probably ever. Like, it's always rocking. It's never an empty seat. It's hard to win in places like that. So I think those guys being in constant battles has made them to where they need to be. And like I said, it's no different than any other game that they've played this year. It would just happen against Duke.
Unbelievable comeback, a great year. And Craig mentioned this earlier, Galen, that as great as the momentum, the adrenaline, the excitement, the celebration was Saturday night, does it matter as much if they don't win tonight?
Oh, it does matter. Absolutely does matter, because you earned a seat at the table and you earned the right to play for a national title. It is all worth it, So we gave, win, lose, or draw, you gave Kelvin Sampson before his career ended. Who knows when it will end, but he's on his way out. You gave him the opportunity to be able to win a national title on a Monday night. And just having an opportunity like that in itself is a blessing. You never know how many times it may happen for you. A guy like Kelvin Sampson with his legendary career, it's only happened one time. So you definitely, all the celebration, it was all worth it.
No, thank you, man. It's been great to get to know you, Galen. Good to hear from you as well. Good luck. Enjoy the night. I hope that you are up very late celebrating and enjoying a national championship for everything in Houston basketball history.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. I enjoyed talking to you guys.
You too. Galen Robinson, Jr., former Houston guard, with us on 365 Sports.